Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. I've been making more use of having my axe in my inventory, doing more fletching, up to level 53 now, and also 74 woodcutting, which is very close to be able to just chop magic logs without having to worry about that. So that'll be nice. But we are here on Karamjan to do some quests. Starting here in Taibowanai village with this guy here, Trufitus. There's nobody here in the village, so that's kind of strange. And apparently they are all too afraid. They're out hiding in the jungle. So something's definitely going wrong here. But we can help in some way here. He needs to make a special potion with a variety of jungle herbs. So one at a time, we need to venture around and find some herbs. Shouldn't be too bad. We can avoid everything poisonous, since we're a high enough combat level. And if things go wacky, we can always just teleport to house. So I think we can accomplish this for the herb lore training in the end. Jungle Potion Quest. Very good. First up is snakeweed in vines to the southwest, near the water. Very doable. This is in fact a very low level quest, so I'm sure we'll be fine. And here are the vines, marshy jungle vines, for a snakeweed. And then we clean it for a whopping 3 XP, that's okay. We do have 46 herb lore, so if the success chance of finding the herbs is based on herb lore, we'll probably do better than you would typically do at this quest, since we're a bit late for doing jungle potion at this point. But it's still useful for other things, so that's definitely worthwhile. Anyways, there is the first herb here. Snakeweed. Collected. Next up is Ardrigal. It's in palms to the east, on a small peninsula past the cliffs. Let's go. Interestingly, this part of the quest is actually more dangerous than it started out being, since harpy bug swarms were added. But anyways, right in a palm tree. Ardrigal. Ardrigal? Yeah. And run away from the harpy bug swarms. Second herb returned. Easy enough. Next up, we need Citofoil. And it grows where there's been a fire. So we just need to go find a fire pit. The ground here is awfully burnt right next to their wooden structure here. But here is the Citofoil. Right where we expected. Also, all this running around the jungle is really tiring me out here. But we also have Graceful, so it's fine. Herb number 3, returned. Next up, and second to last, Valencia Moss. Clings to rocks of high metal content in a frequently disturbed environment to the southeast. Sounds doable. Technically, these rocks are not mineral rich. They're just nearby some rocks that are mineral rich. But I guess the moss doesn't care, because we found it in here anyway. Interesting little mine over here. Pretty impractical for the most part. Well, that's okay. Another herb returned. That moves us on to the last one. Rogue's Purse. The most difficult one to find of all of them. It is in a cave in the northern part of the island, with a secret entrance to the cave along the cliffs. Potentially dangerous. Exciting. Again, we had to run past the harpy bug swarms. But here is the entrance here. And we climb down. Little pillar here in the middle. We are greeted with Jogers. They're level 53, so not super concerning. And here is some fungus on a wall. Searching. Searching. And there it is. Grimy Rogue's Purse. Very doable. This is definitely the most dangerous part, if you're on a very low level account. But Jogers aren't too big of a deal at this point. So we can get out of the cave there and go finish this quest. Final herb here. Easily done. And that is everything that Trufitus needed to make his potion. And we learned some herblore techniques. 775 experience worth of herblore techniques. Very good. So, what's going on? What's going on here? Things are looking good. That's good. The gods aren't angry with them. So I can deliver this good news over to the chief. Might as well. Everybody's going to be glad that we've figured out that things are gonna be okay. Except for all the Broodoo victims all over the shop. That's not okay. But we're just going to pretend they're not there. It's probably fine. Tim Fraku, Chief of Taibawana Village. And I'm just here, bursting into his hut here. Not great. I'm a roving adventurer. And probably should have led with this, but Trufitus sent me. He has communed with the gods, and everything's fine. Everything's good. Very good news to bring over here. Alright. I've been very helpful, and he appreciates it. But I've been helpful so far. There is one more thing we can do to help the village. And that is delivering the good news to his 3 sons, Tamayu, Tinsei, and Teodiche, and then have them also return to the village. Taibawanai Trio Quest. Can do. Will be rewarded greatly if we succeed. If? We will see the trials ahead. You can tell things are going to get complicated by the long list of things that we need to get. We are here at the Brimhaven Agility Arena because we need to get Toadflax. We could have kept a Toadflax seed from earlier and planted it to get the Toadflax we needed, but inventory space and all that. So instead, we're paying the 200 coins to go down here and tag some pillars. We've got a very good agility level, so this should be pretty manageable. We need to get 6 in total. So that means we're going to need to tag 7 pillars consecutively, because the first one does not give a ticket. I got sliced up a bit more than I expected down there, but we survived to purchase Toadflax. And also, I have this seaweed that I can drop and pick up again. I dropped it 4 times earlier, so that is a easy Karamjan task. So that's fun. Alright, now we need to take this Toadflax to make some agility potions. Definitely the hardest item requirement for this quest, because you either need to do the whole Dr. Jekyll thing or get your herbal up first. But we can easily make agility potions with our level. I'm also going to be keeping this 2 dose in case I accidentally drink a dose, because we need 4 in total. And that's why we needed to make 2 potions to go with. So that is another item off the list. Over here at Musa Point, we can do a bit of cheeky quest progression before we get to it. We get a banana and a Karamjan rum. And now, typically, we wouldn't be able to take this rum anywhere else. But if we slice up this banana with our dragon scimitar, because that's the thing you can do, and then shove that in there, we now have banana slices inside the rum, which allows us to leave, since it's technically not the same item as Karamjan rum. Ah, we can't go this way? Oh, they took it. Okay, I guess we should still be able to teleport, though. I do want to go this way anyways to get an item. Rude. I put bananas in it. It's not the same. Stop bothering me. Let me just get my fishing net, and I can get the rum back. I guess we have to just go any other way besides that. Fine. Fine. Another item that used to be slightly difficult to obtain for this quest was a spear. But now there's a spear store up here on Mount HCUIM, so we can just grab a steel spear for 300 coins and save us having to kill a whole bunch of stuff or learn barbarian smithing. So that is very easy. And the last item we needed, some Joker bones. Also dropped a bronze spear, but that's not good enough. Also, I think we can just go over here, grab the monkey corpse. It's very strange, but during this quest, monkeys can't be killed with melee attacks. But we came prepared. You get fire striked. What do you think about that? I don't think he likes it very much. And then we can also drop the mind runes then. Monkey corpse. Also dropped the small net. We got the raw Karamjan. But now that we have all these things, we can start doing the quest. The first brother we need to talk to here is Tameyu. You can come back to the village. Let's go. Yeah, but he is not willing. Before he returns to the village, he wants to slay the Shekahan? It's a lion thing. So, did you do it yet? When will you be done here? Well, let's go join him on the hunt. But we can't assist him. Let's see what the deal is here. He's poking it. He's poking. Big fight. But he's just not going down. The Shekhan is too agile. His spear is too weak. And the Shekhan also heals too quickly. So this is a non-starter. With what he has, he will never succeed. And while he won't accept our help in actual fight, he will accept some stuff we can give him. We already have the better spear and the agility potion. But we need one more thing in order to get this victory for him. But in order to do that, we need to go do other things first. Like talking to an old guy. Labufu here. Just chilling with all his fishing gear here. So we're going to see if we can get some information from him. He's the only one that knows the secret of the Karamjan. And this will be useful for later. We come back to bother him some more. Ask some questions about him. Like how old he is. And he goes with order of magnitude older, which is substantial. But he's having some thoughts about how he wants to deal with this. He knows all about Karamjans and the poison that can be created with them. And that is, in fact, the ticket. So we need a Karamjan. But he doesn't sell raw Karamjans that we would need to cook into the poison. He only sells the cooked version, or maybe he sells the raw version to the establishment over here, but they cook them all before selling them to customers, so that's not going to work. So we need to figure out his secrets. How to catch a Karamjan, what to use as bait, and there is very, very many options here for dialogues. We just need to find the correct things to tell him in order to get some progress here. And here we go. Our first inroad into getting to the secrets, helping him collect bait. You sound like you could do with some help. And it's not the whole secret, so you can totally trust me. The bait is Karamjan, which we have already fished. They only exist down in the lake, which is interesting that they would be such good bait for the Karamjans, which aren't in the lake, but sure. They just really like them. So he wants us to get 20 Karamjan, which we already have. Previously, this would have been a bigger issue when the Karamjan didn't stack. But as with a lot of things in this quest, it has been made easier over time, inadvertently. So we've got the Karamjan, and we hand over 20 of them. And now, we can learn some more about his secrets. He uses a special octopus pot. Can we have one? I would like a Karamjan pot. It'd be pretty cool. Sells them. I'm being very keen so we can become his apprentice. As much as he wants to protect the secret of the Karamjan, he needs to tell somebody about it eventually before he's dead. And I seem very trustworthy. So we will learn all the secrets and totally not tell everybody all about it. To fish for Karamjan, we've got the correct bait, but we need the correct equipment. And that correct equipment is this specially designed vessel. Put a Karamjan in it, bring it to a Karamjan shoal, and you are good to go. We can just drop one of these in here, and we're good. While we are here, and we do have enough inventory space, we can speed up some more of the quest by dropping the Karamjan vessel right next to him, telling him that it's totally lost. Oh no. Nobody will find it because a shark ate it. Then we get another one. Drop it right in front of him. Oh no, I've lost my Karamjan vessel. It floated away. So now we have 3. Not suspicious whatsoever. Moving on to another brother here. Ditty, would you like to come back to the village? Of course you don't. He wants to catch a Karamjan. And oh boy, do we have the information that you need. When you're prepared, various quests can be a little bit done out of order. Preparation does speed things up a bit. What can I do to help? Just try something helpful. Well, we have the Karamjan's favorite bait in a specially designed vessel, which should be very helpful, as this is in fact the secret He wiggles it around on the ground, trying to fish on the beach, and it managed to work out. And he gives us his first caught Karamjan. Very cool. So anyways, that's what he wanted to do. So it's time to return, right? No? He's just gonna stay here and do some more fishing. But before he returns, he wants me to take a Karamjan vessel to Tinsay. So we can do that. That'll work. We already have additional vessels, so that's fine. But now, we can take this Karamjan and make the poison. I think we're just going to enter the Lumbridge cooking range. It probably doesn't actually have a bonus to cooking Karamjans, since it's very specific. But if we burn this, it's problematic for us. We would need to get at least one fishing level, then we could potentially boost to catch another Karamjan. But our cooking level's decent, so we should be able to get this poison Karamjan first try. Perfect. Pestle and mortar to make the paste. Paste on the spear. And that is everything we need for the hunt. Alright, Jammin. I've got you a very nice spear. Very poisoned. And an agility potion. That should be exactly what we need to finish the hunt. I will continue to not interfere, except I just supplied you with everything you're using, so. The end approaches. Witness this triumph. We did it. Or I guess he did it, but I did it too, let's be honest. Victory. Now we can return to the village, right? He's got further matters to attend to. Alright, that's fine. Can we skin this monkey corpse yet? Yes, there we go. One monkey corpse. Skinned up into monkey skin and monkey bones. Perfect. Another bit of the quest that you can do out of order. So now, we've helped 2 of the brothers. So there's just 1 left to go. The last brother is over here on Cairn Island. We just run across this bridge with reckless abandon. Managed to not fall off. And here is Tinsay. Would you like to just go to the village without some weird request? Of course not. He will not return to the village until he repairs the tribal statue in the village. So, how that's going to work, not entirely clear. He needs materials to repair the statue on this island, I guess. So we can get the things he needs. And that is something we can do. Alright, what do you want? A banana in Karamjan rum. To fix the statue. Of course. We have already repaired said banana in Karamjan rum. Banana slices floating aside. Here you go. Just what you wanted. And then he eats it. He can't go repair the tribal statue while thirsty, I guess. And now he wants a seaweed sandwich. Seaweed in monkey skin sandwich. Is this really necessary? Of course it is. And again, we have the seaweed and monkey skin. Pop those together into a delicious sandwich. Here you go. He's got some weird requests. Delicious. And just one more thing. He needs Joker bones, burnt Joker bones, marinated in Karamjan. That'll be good. Weird. So what we need to do here is burn the Joker bones, which we can either do by lighting them on fire, or bringing them to a furnace, or casting superheat item. Is a very open to interpretation quest of how you want to get things done. All sorts of different orders, different options, but these are on fire, so that's what we want. Burnt Joker bones. And then we need to grind a Karamjan to get some paste. Paste on the bones for pasty Joker bones. And then we need to cook. And we can't chop any of these. Of course we can't. We need a range or a fire. We can chop these trees over here, so that's probably the fastest way to get this done. And we've fallen in the water. We're drowning. Having a very difficult time with this. Take a whole bunch of damage because we're incapable of chopping these trees. It's just a whole thing over here. Just a whole thing. Unlike the Karamjan, if we somehow manage to burn these burned bones or something, it's not a huge situation, because we can get them back. But now they are fully marinated. Just what we needed. So back up these rocks, and hopefully we don't fall back into the water again. Take a whole bunch of damage, wasted a little bit of time. So we just sprint across here again, managing to keep our balance while doing so. So that's fine. Here is your weird marinated bones. And he eats them, of course. And now, he's actually ready to go. What a mess. What a mess. Here's a Karamjan vessel. Make some instructions for this, now that you're done eating weird things. Crafting instructions. And there we go. Fantastic. Now we just need to return this crafting manual, and I think we'll be done here. Here is the crafting instructions, just as you requested. And now he will return. That is everyone, with all their requests completed, all of the go talk to another brother to finish my part of the quest completed. Everything completed. So now, it's back to the chief. When he said he will see if we succeed, he was not messing around. His sons have all returned to the village. Fantastic. His sons have serious issues, but we're not going to press him on that. You are very welcome. Quest completed. 2 quest points. 5,000 fishing and cooking. 2,500 attack and strength. Not too shabby. And also, his sons have some additional rewards for us. So we can head down into the village and see what they got. We also don't really need the rest of these items here, so we can probably drop them. I will see if anything's needed for the next quest we're doing, but none of these things are hard to get back, so not a huge deal. He's figured out how to cook the Karamjan correctly, which is good. So we learn some more fishing. 5,000 XP. And also he sells Karamjan. 60 fishing from that experience drop. Very fun. Next up, talk to the next brother. They're all conveniently located here, right next to each other. He's going to tell us some cooking techniques. 5,000 experience. And that's good enough for 62. And lastly, we'll come over here. And talk to the final brother for the fighting techniques. I think these are the experience that was on the quest rewards scroll. So technically we didn't get any experience until we walked over here. Which is, again, very different than other quests. That's fine. We also get a Rune Spear KP, which is pretty neat. Earlier, this would have been a useful thing to have, since getting a Rune Spear otherwise is not the easiest task. But just like we purchased a spear for the quest, we can also purchase a Rune Spear from that same store. So, we don't really need this. So we're just going to stand here next to the guy that just gave us this nice gift and high alk it. So that's that. Everything is back to normal here in Tybor village. Jaminua's jungle shop here is actually incredibly useful for the next quest we're doing. It's got nearly everything that we're going to need. We got a candle, rope, chisel, spade, and a bronze bar and hammer, which we can just pop down here to the anvil and make some bronze wire. Easily accomplished. Not a high smithing level requirement on that. Basically, the only thing that we need here that store did not provide is some bones. Just some regular, normal bones. And we probably should not try to hunt any tribesmen, since they're incredibly poisonous. Snakes drop bones. Can I get some snake bones? That would work. Monkeys drop. Monkeys drop monkey bones. Yep, regular bones from snakes. Perfect. We are well prepared for the next quest we're doing here. That is pretty much everything. Awesome. Taibo village thought they were having problems. But it's abundantly clear that Shiloh village really is having some issues. The entrance is full of zombies. What is going on? Mosorai? What? What is going on? I'm not going to run. Do you need help? It looks like you need help. Rashilia has returned, and we are all doomed. Well, that's not good. Who? Who is this? The Queen of the Dead. Well, that would explain the zombies, I suppose. They now occupy the entire village, but they're trapped. So, what can we do about this whole thing? They're keeping the undead at bay. Also, there is a deadly green mist, so nobody can go inside the village. And there's even stronger undead inside. This one's already a decent level. 60s, 70s. So, definitely don't want to go mess with anything stronger than that right now. Has something to do with the legend of Rashilia. We need to go talk to the shaman in Taibo village to figure out what we need to do about these undead. I can go see that shaman. Trifutus. I already talked to him today. Helped him out. Got everybody back to the village there. So he'll be very welcoming to help us again. I can absolutely do this. Here we go. This wampum belt has all the information that Trufitus needs about the legend. So now we just need to go talk to him. Being the bearer of bad news, hello, Trufitus. The Queen of the Dead is back. Zombies. All sorts of great stuff. And they gave me this to show you. All the information we need. Everything's looking very bad. Queen of the Dead. A very fearsome enemy. Plaguing us once again. So, is there anything we can do? Anything at all? Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's over. Everyone is doomed. I'm not gonna give up, though. I have to start the conversation all over again. What about this legend? A temple of Azarun vanished, crumbled into dust. Well, it's something. Even if a temple has crumbled into dust, we could possibly find something there. Magnificence floating on water. Near a lake, possibly? Although nobody has found it yet, so. I'm gonna search for this secret temple. Buried deep under rubble for years. It does sound complicated. And now we technically start Shiloh Village. Even all of that was just build up to actually start the quest. Any help that you can give me, I would appreciate. Well stocked with adventuring supplies, ready to go. All from the adventuring store. Super convenient. So now, we finished Type of Winer. This is a Shiloh Village. I need to find the location. Easier said than done. When looking for an ancient buried temple, mounds of earth are a fair shout. We can excavate this with our spade to find a small fissure. We can drop a candle down the fissure to light it, kinda. You would think it would only light up the hole here. That's fine. And also it burned out. Here's a rope. Yep. Let's climb down. Down to the bottom. We've got undead, again. No surprises there. We're going to be using Protect from Melee a bit. And depending on how long our prayer lasts, I might go make some prayer potions available to me. But now we've found an area. Let's do some searching. Here's a rubble pile we can wiggle through. Got more undead ones. Luckily this is a single combat zone at least, so we can tactically use our prayer. Carefully search behind some rocks here. We find a tattered scroll. This is a very, very destroyed temple. Full of undead, buried underground. Quite the mess, all things considered. Search some old sacks over here for another scroll. Run away from more undead. And then up this way to a gallows buried underground somehow. Search this for something we can't do because there are guys attacking us. Ah. They're being very rude. You know that? Let me just run back to the top here. Search the gallows. There we go. There's a corpse in the gallows noose. I guess we'll take that. A spirit that requires being buried and put to rest. But we can't. Not here. It needs to be in a sacred place to bury this corpse. So this is clearly not a sacred place. Where they were hung, probably not what they want. So now we need to make our escape from these undead infested tunnels. Running past everybody. Try not to get hit too much. And once we are safely out of here, we can chuck all our scrolls and stuff. Run away! Run away! wiggle back through here. Here's a strange looking stone over here. Markings on it. Take that. And now we can craft this smashed table. Let's make a crude raft. And I've managed to mess it up. So now we can't make anything. Unfortunate. Let's see if we can climb back out this way. Doesn't look like it. We just kind of dropped in here. So now, we just need to teleport out of here. That's okay. If we would have made that raft, we could have rafted down the river and out a waterfall. But no, we messed it up. So we don't get fun things. We got some scrolls here. A scroll about Mervidius. And stuff about the Queen. Tombs. Spirits. A crumpled scroll about the Queen of the Dead. Killing everyone without mercy. Sounds about right. An involved necklace, which we might want. And a strange plaque in a strange language. And a corpse with a soul. Let's get these back to Trifutus. See if he's got any information for us. I return from my long-lost buried temple exploration. Look at all this cool stuff I found. Information about Bavarius's tomb. Possibly still accessible. More information about Rashilia from the true temple of Azarun. Any information in there that's helpful? There are some wards. But we'll get to that later. Here's this stone plaque. What does this say? Something about Zadimus and Azarun, the traitor Zadimus. And we have Zadimus's corpse. Interesting. Check out this corpse I found. In a gallows deep underground. A tormented spirit. Got any sacred ground around here? Right in the center of the village. Next to their tribal statue. Alright. So we can bury Zadimus's corpse here. And we get visited by the spirit of Zadimus. He's got a little bit of a hint for us. Being very cryptic about it, of course, though. I am the key, but only her kin may approach me. Or approach her. I am the key, but only her kin can approach her. We also find a bone shard growing out of the ground. So of course, we take said bone shard. Because why not? I got a bone shard. What do you think about that? Yeah, typically a shard of bone would not be very significant. But it grew out of where a cursed soul was put to rest. So, very important here. Keys and kin. A clue of some kind. The only kin involved here is Bavarius. Back on Cairn Island is where he was entombed. So if we want to make any progress here, we should go find this tomb. I managed to not fall off the bridge getting over here, so I'm going to count that as a win. Searching these rocks, we find a narrow passageway. Sounds like a great idea. And now we're underground. Spending a lot of times in ancient ruins and lost tombs. Very interesting. We find a rusty sword with an ivory pommel, a crystal sphere, and a scroll. Probably need this scroll, so I'll drop the hammer, pick it up. A locating crystal. Nah, I think I will not use the locating crystal. 3 bits of information combined here together for this scroll. Rashilia's tomb is north of Azarun. And since we know where that is, that definitely narrows down the possible locations. Crystals that glow brightly when near each other. And we've got a locating crystal. So that's another way to find where we need to go. But the crystal also is kind of dangerous to use. So we probably won't be messing around with that too much. See if we can cross the bridge without dying. Nope. This is a dangerous bridge that we keep sprinting across. Maybe someday we'll learn our lesson. Not likely, though. Fairy rings continue to be incredibly efficient for exploring around Karamjan. To the north of where they said it was, we found some carved doors in a hillside. But in order to get in here, we need to do a bit more. Carve the ivory hilt into beads to make beads of the dead, showing that we are kin. And the bone shard from Zadimus should be the key. Not quite sure to make with this. Okay. Maybe we should go talk to somebody first. Well, that makes sense. We've just examined the doors here to see what kind of key we're making. Even though every single key looks exactly the same, it does make sense you would need to actually have knowledge of the key you're making to turn a bone shard into a bone key. That makes sense. Now we just use the bone key on the doors and enter. A winding tunnel with an ancient gate. Open through here. Everything's working correctly. Climb our way down the rocks. Run past some more undead ones. And again, an easier version of this than used to exist. This area was made a single combat zone for Deadman mode tournaments, and they never changed it back. Anyways, We just need to open this door by finishing the skeleton mural here. And we're in. And on this dolem, we have an earthquake. And Nazastrul. A level 71 zombie looking guy. He's got an axe. He's powerless against protect from melee. So we're just gonna sit here whacking him. A lot of quest bosses are kind of trivialized with protection prayers. But eventually we get to a point where we need more than that. They're trivialized by correct use of protection prayers, at least. And he's dead. We clicked our prayers the wrong time, so he doesn't come back as the next form. Oh, there he is. He's a skeleton guy now. So we don't have to complete the entire fight again. We killed the zombie form, and then he reanimated as a skeleton form. Of all the undead, he is the most undead. So it seems. He still has his axe, though. So we continue to protect from melee. Doing some lazy flicking. But that works. One skeleton destroyed. But now we have a vengeful ghost. And unfortunately, he has lost his axe. And he doesn't have a ghost axe. So he's just kind of punching me or something. Our animations are overlapping. But again, just sit here and take no damage. If you didn't have prayer, this would be marginally more difficult. Not really. You just safe spot him behind the table there. Either way, one ghost defeated. And he curses us with his last dying breath. Search the dome, and we find Rashilia's corpse. And I'll take it. Now that we have this, we can get out of here. Returning to Bavarius's tomb on Cairn Island, we can put Rashilia to rest. We have her gratitude for finally releasing her spirit. A vengeful and evil existence, tricked by Zamorak, killed her son, drove her to hatred. But now, she is released from her torment. Eternal rest, and no more zombie hordes. 2 quest points, a bit of crafting experience, and access to Shiloh Village. So since we can go access Shiloh Village, let's go do so. I am noticing there's still zombies here. But besides these stragglers, everything's fine. So now, we can be shown into the village. Jumping straight past all the zombies. There's a decent amount of interesting stuff here. We've got a fishing shop. We've got a Slayer Master for later. We've got a furnace near a bank that you need to pay for, so eh. We have a bank, so eh. A different spot for fishing trout and salmon that isn't next to a fire, so eh. We've got the cart service that can bring us here from Brimhaven. Another general store here. Same stuff as the other general store. Possibly also has water packs. That might be new. We can get those from other places too, but overall some decent stuff. Then up to the north here, we've got the gem mine. In case we ever need to get some gems. Again, there's other ways to get gems. There's also a potential mining location. And we also have this guy. He will buy our antiques. The bone key, the scrolls, the beads of the dead. We just give them to him. 100 coins. 100 coins. 1,000 coins. 100 coins. 100 coins. 500 coins. And 100 coins. Realistically, not a lot for all the effort we had to do to get all those scrolls. But sure. I'm sure that is the last slightly irritating interaction we're going to have with this guy. So anyways, not the vacation we were looking for here. Dealing with curses and the undead. But now, 2 towns are saved with our efforts. And that's pretty good. So we will continue on with other quests. Maybe get our cat out for some adventures. Next time. Goodbye.